and welcome to my channel. My name is Ruby Chambers. If you are new here, well, guess what? So am I. But as you can tell from today's title, we're going to talk about my birth story with baby number 2. I'm super excited because my baby's about to be like 1. She's about to be 1 in June. So it's just overdue, but let's get into it. I was 39 weeks and 1 day. So I was getting close to the 40-week mark. I remember that night, it was Sunday night. I worked out in the garage and I did a couple of sprints. I did light, weightlifting. And I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna get me going. So then nothing happened. And I was like, you know what? I need to go shower because my back was hurting. So I went and took a quick shower, got out. And then I texted my husband to come upstairs and I was like, hey, I think my water broke. And he was like, no way. And I was like, I don't know if my water broke. I don't know, maybe TMI. I don't know if I literally just, leaked, if you know what I'm saying. And he was like, you know what, let's just go to the hospital, make sure. And I was like, no, I'm not contracting. I don't feel anything else. Like, I just don't know if this is what it's supposed to feel like when your water breaks. Keep in mind with my first baby, my water didn't break. They popped my water. And he was like, let's just go. And it was around like, I want to say 10 p.m. on Sunday night. And I was like, okay, yeah. So we get ready, hospital bag, everything that we need just in case. We load it in the car and then we're on our way there. And I was telling him, you're being dramatic. Like, I don't think it's time. It's just not time. My body doesn't feel like it's time. And he's like, let's just go and make sure that your water didn't break. And I was like, okay, let's go. By the time we get to the hospital, it's 11 p.m. And on the way to the hospital, as we're walking from the parking complex, Marcus was so cute. And he's like, it's time, you're gonna come. I'm telling your mom right now, it's time. And she doesn't believe it, but you're gonna come tonight. And I'll insert a video of this. We get there and they're like, okay, we're gonna admit you, or we're gonna come and bring you in. And he has to stay in the lobby. So he stayed in the waiting area. They put me in this little room with a bunch of other beds just to see if you're gonna get admitted or if you're gonna get discharged and sent home. So by the time I get in there, it's already like almost midnight. So this is now Monday at midnight. And they're checking me. They're checking to see if it was actually my water breaking or, what's going on. So then the on-call doctor that's there comes in and she's like, hey, you know what? Like, I'm sorry to say, but you literally just pissed yourself. And I was like, oh, that's cool. That's embarrassing. She's like, so we're going to discharge you home. And I was like, okay, sounds good. I texted Marcus and I was like, hey, they're going to discharge me. They're going to send me home. He's like, okay, at least we came and we checked. Within 5 minutes, 2 nurses like rush into my little room. It's not even a room. I'm just behind some curtains. They rush in there. They're like, hey, I need you to, lay to your right. Okay, no, I need you to lay to your left. Okay, no, it's not working. I need you to lay flat. And then the other nurse like pulls a lever. I go straight back. And I'm like, what in the world is happening? And then they were able to stabilize, I guess, my baby. I guess she had taken a dip, like her heart rate had dipped down. It was too low. And then they told me like, hey, do you know what just happened? I'm like, no, can someone please tell me? So they filled me in and let me know that the baby had a dip and that I can't go home. So then with that being said, I had just told my husband like, hey, we're going to be discharged. I text him again. I'm like, hey, we're actually going to be staying. He's like, huh? Like, what happened within that 5-minute span? So then I let him know. And I'm in this little room in the corner, or in this little bed in the corner with, just curtains around me, kind of like freaking out, but not freaking out. They're going to transfer me over to a different room, like my delivery room. They get Marcus and we go to the delivery room. In my birth plan, my mother-in-law was going to be in the delivery with us, in the labor and delivery room with us. So we texted her and let her know like what's going on so she can make her way in because we don't know when baby's gonna come, right? So I get into the labor and delivery room. My actual OBGYN doctor was within the hospital. Thank goodness. He is amazing. And he comes and checks on me. He's like, hey, like, you're not supposed to be here. And I was like, hey, I know. And he goes into telling me like, hey, the only reason we kept you here is because baby took a dip. Wait me there. This is now Monday, early in the morning. And he's like, hey, if you don't deliver by 7 a.m., I'm leaving. My shift is over. And I'm like, oh my God, baby, come on, come on. So he's like, we're just going to let your body do its thing. Maybe you'll remember what to do from your first pregnancy and we'll just go from there. So I'm like, all right, cool. No contractions. I wasn't laboring in the front or having contractions in the front. I was having back labor. Like every contraction I most so felt in my lower back. So that's the reason when they were telling me like, hey, we see contractions happening, I wasn't really feeling them like I did for my first pregnancy. I was feeling just more back pain than anything else. Fast forward to 7 a.m. Guess what? Still pregnant, no baby. And my doctor's like, hey, like I'm going home, but this is the on-call doctor. She'll take care of you. And I'm like, all right, cool. So it's Monday now, 7 a.m. And she's like, hey, we'll just kind of let a little bit pass and see if your body remembers what to do. If, nothing's moving along, then we can start moving things along and see what happens. And I'm like, okay, cool. So nothing happening whatsoever. I remember the nurse that I had that was checking to see how dilated I was. Oh my God. Each time that she would check, it was like painful of the painful, but like at some point I had to tell her like, hey, I can't have you check me anymore because it's so like painful. And I know people are gonna be like, well, it's not a, easy process. Like I get it, but like the first nurse that checked me in that little room, when she would check to see if I was dilated, like it wasn't painful. This one was like, I have no idea what she was doing, but it was really, really painful. But we fast forward and they're like, hey, nothing's happening along. Let's put you under Pitocin. So they put me under Pitocin to see if this can help speed up the process. I'm under Pitocin for, I want to say like 8 to 10 hours and nothing happened. Like I went to sleep under Pitocin. A whole rotation of shift/doctor happened while I was under Pitocin and nothing was moving along. So 7 p.m. comes. The second doctor that I have says like, hey, I'm leaving. The nurse is like, hey, I'm leaving. I got a new nurse and I got a new doctor. Now they told me like, we're going to leave you under Pitocin a little bit longer and see if it helps. If it doesn't, then we're going to remove it and see if your body remembers what to do. So it comes around, I want to say it's like 10, 11-ish, and they removed Pitocin and nothing was happening. So they're like, let's just let your body do what it may do. After that, nothing was happening after a couple of hours. So they came in and broke my water, which was a crazy feeling because with the first baby, I didn't feel my water break. I was already under the epidural when they popped my water. So it was kind of cool to experience my water being popped the second time around. Marcus, keep in mind, he was a champ. He was with me the whole time. Like he did not leave at all the room. Like he tried not to leave the room. He stayed with me from Sunday, Monday to Tuesday because baby girl was born on Tuesday. He was just amazing the whole time there with me. So after they popped my water, they let, time be. And I want to say it was around like, maybe like 4-ish a.m. on now Tuesday, and nothing was happening. So they were like, hey, we're going to put you under something else. It's like a whole little tampon that has like medicine. They put it up there very, very close to your cervix, and it's supposed to help like soften your cervix. So they did that for a couple of hours. And by that time we told my mother-in-law, like, if you want to go home, shower and rest, like we'll call you. It doesn't look like things are moving along here, okay? She was like, okay. So she went home, and then there was another rotation of doctors and nurses, and now we're on to like the third rotation. It's 7 a.m. The doctor comes in, gets, catched up on. He's like, okay, we'll just, let you be now that you're under the other medication, and hopefully by now baby will come. I want to say by like 9 a.m. I started contracting. Like I was feeling the contractions, So I told them like, hey, I know I said I didn't want an epidural, but I really want the epidural. And they were like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Like, let's get you the epidural. So I was hooked onto my IV. I remember on this arm, and that nurse that I had just started pumping like a whole lot of IV. It started like squirting out. My hand got swollen. There was blood. And she was like, oh my God, like we gotta, take it off and put it on your left now because it's not good. So I was like, okay. So she, they switched it over. within, I want to say, less than 30 minutes, the anesthesiologist came in to do my epidural. So they put Marcus on the opposite end because I didn't want him, you know, on this side watching what they were doing. And it was the anesthesiologist and then the nurse in the front. And as he's like getting ready to put the epidural, I remember like I was gonna pass out. Like I got so lightheaded so fast, and I was just there, and I was like this, and I was like, I'm gonna like pass out. And the nurse was like, hi, and the anesthesiologist like, what did she say? And I was like, I'm about to pass out. Like I can feel myself like blacking, like, you know, the little stars are starting to happen and started to get tunnel vision. And then the anesthesiologist kind of freaked a little bit and told the nurse, like, she can't do that. Like, that can't happen. So the nurse in front of me was trying to, like, get me to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, you know, trying to calm me down. Thankfully, like, everything went okay with the epidural, but I kid you not, like, I felt like that was it. Feeling the urge, like, I wanted to push, like, I had to push. I want to say within an hour. Like I felt like I needed to push. So we texted my mother-in-law and we're like, hey, if you want to be in the room when this happens, like you need to come now. She got there and I want to say by like 11 a.m. I was like, hey, like I really, really need to push. Like I keep having the urge to push. So then the nurse comes in and, you know, my husband calls the nurse and tells her like, hey, she feels like she needs to push. I think it's time. So she goes and gets the doctor and he's midway in a C-section. He was finishing up, but she was like, you know what? Like if he doesn't come here or makes it on time, like I got you. Like we will do this. So I'm like, okay, cool. So then I really, really start feeling the urge to push. They start getting things ready. And I want to say within 30 minutes of me like pushing, baby girl came out. But that last push of me, and I'm going to say this, like if you're a gym rat, you know what I mean. The whole time that I was pushing, it's not like pushing like you're going to use the restroom. It's like you got to actually push and you got to engage. Just kind of when you're going to do a deadlift or you're going to squat, right? That's what I was envisioning in my head that I was doing. I would like literally brace my core and then get ready to like push. And if it wasn't for that, like I feel like with my first pregnancy, when it came to labor and delivery, it took so long. Like actually actively pushing, like active labor was like 72 hours for me versus this was 30 minutes. Braced my core, I pushed, and within 30 minutes, baby girl was out. The last push, I felt like I was done. I couldn't anymore. Like it was just, that was it. I was done. And my husband was just, like I mentioned, so amazing. He was there telling me like, you can do it. Like she's almost out. You can do it. The nurses, my mother-in-law, the doctor. And yeah, soon enough, little baby girl came out. She was born on 11th, 2024 at 12:17 p.m. And it was just an amazing experience. I would honestly do it again. But that's just my experience, okay? But yeah, that was my labor and delivery story. I hope you guys enjoyed. I will put some of the videos at the end so you can just go ahead and watch a little bit of the moments that we experienced right before Maya came and when she did come. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, bye.
Right there. Yep. Okay, great. Congratulations. Just nice and firm.